What's up, guys? Welcome to our reading ELA lesson for today. It is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. Today, we're going to be reading pages 10 through 15 in Disaster Alert. And while we do that, we're going to be focusing on our focus question here, which is on page 11 of Disaster Alert. What happened in Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, England in 2007? So we're going to be looking specifically for something that happened in Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, England in 2007. So it's a pretty straightforward question. We're also going to be thinking about the main topic when we read. We're going to be focusing mostly on pages 12 and 13 when we're looking at the main topic, so that you guys will be able to answer that question in your Google form later on after the lesson. So let's start out with our read aloud on page 10 here, and we're learning about floods today. So we learned about tornadoes yesterday, and today our new natural disaster are floods. So let's listen along.
Floods. Why do floods happen? Floods usually happen when there is too much rain. The ground cannot absorb the water, and riverbanks overflow. In coastal areas, strong winds and high tides can cause floods. In cities, heavy rain can cause drains to overflow. The water spills into streets and houses. Sometimes floods last a few hours. Sometimes it can take weeks for the water to go away.
Okay, before we move on, let's look at this word absorb here. The word absorb, I'll make it yellow. It says the ground cannot absorb the water. So absorb is kind of like what a sponge does. So if you had a sponge and you poured water on it, it would absorb the water, or in other words, it would kind of suck up the water. So the word absorb means to sort of suck up. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's go to our next page.
Real life. July 20th, 2007. Heavy rain hit the town of Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, England. 2 months' worth of rain fell in one day. Almost 50,000 homes lost electricity. The rivers overflowed. Thousands of homes were underwater. There was no drinking water for 17 days. The cost of fixing the damages in Gloucestershire was $80 million.
Okay. So I think that answers our first focus question here that we were talking about, of what happened in Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, England in 2007. We see that heavy rain hit the town, 2 months worth of rain fell in one day, and almost 50,000 homes lost electricity. So there was a big flood during that time. So you can include any of those things in your response to today's focus question. All right, we're going to pause there and then check out the next video for the rest of the lesson.